Bank Hapoalim carpet is dedicated to the largest bank in Israel. Bank Hapoalim, which literally means the Workers' Bank, was founded in 1921 by the Zionist movement and the worker unions with a social ideology. In its early years, the bank was strongly identified with the working class in Israel. But in 1997, following a severe economic crisis, the bank was bought by one of the richest families in Israel. Today, almost 100 years after it was founded, Bank Hapoalim is among the leading economic forces in Israel. Although its days as a socialist symbol have long since passed, it still keeps its name. Bank Hapoalim, the Workers' Bank. Bank Hapoalim carpet was designed by the artist Ido Michaeli. It combines symbols from the bank's history and the Zionist socialist movement. In the first stage, each element was painted separately using a light table. After that, all the elements were composed together on a tracing paper and then copied using gouache paint. Because of the weaving process being used, the amount of colors had to be reduced to 5 shades in total. Over 100 symbols are embedded in the carpet. Images from the world of economics and banking. Images related to Jewish history and Israeli socialism. Images of Zionist leaders such as Weizmann, Ben-Gurion, and Herzl, all taken from Israeli bills and coins. Then the image was scanned to finalize the color separation. Most countries where carpets are still being woven by hand do not have diplomatic relations with Israel, and certainly no trade relations. Producing a handmade carpet was made possible with the help of Isaac Matat, the owner of an Israeli carpet store. Isaac immigrated to Israel from Pakistan and still keeps his old business connections. Atik is one of Isaac's old friends and the owner of a carpet weaving factory in Afghanistan, located in Kabul City. He accepted the invitation to weave the Bank Hapoalim carpet and ordered the wool from a nearby village. Only high-quality wool can be used to create luxury carpets, and therefore, a careful separation of the wool is required. The colors were specially made from natural ingredients according to the design of the carpet. Later on in the factory, the wool was wrapped and rolled for coloring. In the yard, it was dyed with industrial machines and left to dry in the sun. The Afghan carpet designer prepared a plan for the carpet's weaving process. He received a smaller print of the pattern and translated it onto graph paper at the same scale as the final carpet size. Each small square represents a knot in the carpet. Then, the squares were translated into numbers that represent the color scheme. All the yellow squares, for example, were translated into the number 3. The weavers followed this list of numbers and recreated the original image line by line, unaware of the meaning of the Israeli symbols they were working on. For 9 months, the workers weaved the carpet and the bank was built floor by floor. At the end of the weaving, the carpet was lowered from the loom, spread on the floor, and measured. Still, additional processes were required. The back of the carpet was torched in order to give it rigidity. The front side was combed with an iron brush in order to remove any excess wool. The carpet was washed thoroughly. During the washing process, the foreman used a powder dissolved in liquid in order to set the colors. On the roof of the factory, the carpet was laid to dry in the sun for a few days. It was sheared to reveal the strong colors of the wool, then trimmed again in order to even the lengths of the strands. At the final finishing stages, excess threads were meticulously removed and the edges of the carpet were tied into fringes. After a whole year of handcrafting, the carpet was finally finished and packed for shipping to Israel. It was smuggled amongst traditional Afghan carpets because it is forbidden to transport goods between the two countries. First, the carpet was sent to Pakistan, and from there to Turkey. At the Turkish airport, the shipping papers were changed and it was sent to Israel. A long time has passed since the initial phone call to Afghanistan, and now the carpet is landing in Israel. A customs truck arrives at Isaac's carpet store. The tarp and plastic packaging is opened, and the rolled-up carpet is being taken out. Along with the carpet, video documentation of the production was also arrived. The next morning, the Bank Hapoalim carpet arrived at the Israel Museum in Jerusalem.